Hello friends, welcome to Codecrux Coding. In this video, we are going to create a Hello World REST API project using a Spring Boot. So first thing is you need to have a Eclipse ID. So I have opened here my Eclipse ID. Another thing is you need to create the structure for Spring Boot application. So the simple way to create the project structure for Spring Boot application is using Spring Initializer. So what you need to do, you need to open the Chrome and here you can say Spring Initializer. So the first link that we have is for Spring Initializer, start.spring.io. So you need to click on the Spring Initializer. Here you need to fill the details and you will be able to download the project structure for Spring Boot. So here we need to select Maven. We are going to use Java language. Then keep it as default. So when I'm recording this video, this is the default Spring Boot version that we have 4.0.1. After that, you need to specify group, artifact and name of your project. So let's say group is com.example, artifact is demo, name is demo. So the package name is com.example.demo. Then packaging is selected, and then there are two type of configuration in Spring Boot. One is using YAML and second is using properties. So I'm going to use properties. So I will be selecting a properties and the Java version that is installed on your system. So I'm selecting here 17. After that, we need to add dependency. So I will click on add dependency and I will be needing here Spring Web. So I will select here Spring Web. So this includes build web, including RESTful application using Spring MVC uses Apache Tomcat as the default embedded container. As you know, Spring Boot uses Tomcat as a default server. So this is my current structure. So I will click on this generate button. So here you could see it is downloading a file demo.zip. Okay. Now what I will do, I will extract this demo.zip. So to keep things organized, what I'm doing, whatever I have downloaded, that demo.zip, I'm pasting it inside the Spring project folders. You can paste it anywhere. After that, I will extract this, extract all, extract. So here you could see I have extracted the folder. Now I need to import this project. So in my Eclipse, what I need to do, I will say a file, import, and I need to import. So this is a Maven project. So I will select a Maven. I will say your existing Maven project, click on next, and now go to the location where the folder is extracted. So I have my folder extracted in Spring Projects demo. So I will select that, select folder, and then click on finish. So here you could see it's importing the Maven project. So let it complete. So once the project is imported, you can see the structure here. So see all the folders are downloaded here. Okay. So inside this source main Java, you have the package called com.example.demo, and this is our demo application.java file. So this is a Java file that is already provided here with the annotation @Spring Boot application. This is an entry point for your application, and this Spring application.run demo application.class argument. So basically this is the name of your class, demo application.class. This will start the embedded Tomcat server. And inside this resources folder, you could see there is one application.properties file because we have selected application, right? We haven't selected YAML file. So that's why application.property file is created here. So let me try to run this code first. What we get here. So I will right click on this file and say run as Java application. So here in the console, let me maximize it. We could see the Spring Boot is getting started here. And we could see the message here, started demo application in 5.5 seconds. Okay. And here you could see Tomcat started on port 8080. So this is a default port for Tomcat. Whenever you start the server, it starts on 8080. So how we can check this? So here in the Chrome, what you can do, you can say this HTTP localhost 8080. So this is the URL where your application will be started. So if I click on enter, so currently there is no mapping or there is no method to handle the request is provided. Okay, so that's why we are getting here white label error page. This application has no explicit mapping for slash error. So what we need to do here, we need to handle this, or we need to print a hello world message with the help of Spring Boot. Here we will create a new package called controller. So let me create a new package here, new package. We will say com.example.demo.controller. So this is our package here. Inside this package, I will create a new class, and let's say the name of class is hello controller. Now this is our class. Let's annotate the class with the @rest controller annotation. This will specify that this is a controller class for our Spring Boot application. And inside this class, I will have one method. Declare a method public string hello world. We will not take any parameters. So what I need to do here, I need to display a message on the web page. I need to display a message on the web page saying hello world from Spring Boot. So that I need to say here. And here to this method, I will map it to a annotation called get mapping. So get mapping. Okay. And inside this get mapping, I need to pass the URL that will be mapped to this particular method. So I will just pass here a slash. Okay. And now what I need to do, I need to return here a string because I'm saying the return type is string, and we have provided here a REST controller. So REST controller returns data. It does not return a HTML page or JSP page. So we can directly return a data. So I will say here return, and let's say we want to print this message. Hello world from Spring Boot. Okay, end it with a semicolon. So this is our message. Let's save this code. Now what will happen in this case? Let's try to run this code first. Run as Java application. So you could see here our application has been started on Tomcat port 8080. Now let's check URL. Localhost 8080. So see, we got the message here now. Hello world from Spring Boot. So basically this URL represents the mapping to this particular slash. Okay. So we have provided the redirect of this particular mapping to a string called hello world from Spring Boot. That's why we are getting this message. If I refresh it, we will get the message. Now let's try to map the URL for something different. So let's say if I enter here slash and hi, I should get the message as, instead of hello world from Spring Boot, I should get the message as hi world from Spring Boot. If I try to run this URL slash hi, then what will happen? If I click on enter, we are getting this error, right? Because there is no method or request for handling this request. So let's try to resolve it. So what I need to do here, I need to have one more method here, public string hi world, and inside this we will return string called hi world. Okay, just we will say here hi world. Now we need to map it. So I will make use of get mapping again, get mapping annotation, get mapping, and I will map with the request that I want to provide in the URL. So let's say I want to say here slash hi. Now whenever I will do this particular URL, then I will get this message called hi world. Before that, what I need to do, I need to stop the server, because whenever we are doing the changes, it will be not automatically reloaded. Because if we check our pom.xml, we have added only one dependency here. So see, this is our pom.xml, and in that we have this web MVC dependency added while creating the structure from Spring Initializer. I will stop the server now. So from here you can stop the server. Okay. Now after that we will try to run the application again. Demo application.java, run as Java application. So our application is started now. Let's try to check. Earlier we were getting this issue. Now if I click here, refresh, so we got the message here hi world. Now it's able to map this particular request to our method, and if I just say a slash, then it will map it to the hello world. See, So in this way, our first demo project for Spring Boot is completed.